Everybody has an intro. I'm not doing that. Today, finally back. I'm finally doing a new video. First time back. And this one's on tripods. I told you it was coming. Tripods are some of my favorite camera accessories. They haven't really changed ever. And by changed, I mean added functionality that you're like, whoa, this is game changing. Yeah, that hasn't really happened in quite some time. But I wanted to go over sort of some of the things that I think about tripods, my opinions, how I use them, and things that help me to use them better. One of those things is I think there's 3 specific tripods every photographer and content creator should have. If you're a videographer, it's a bit different. You're going to need some different equipment. I'm not showing that here because it's just too much for the context of this video. But we're just going to jump right into it. The first type of tripod you should have as a photographer or content creator is one of these. This is just a standard desktop tripod. The travel tripod comes later. The desktop tripod is exactly what it says. It's a small tripod that you can set up on your desk for vlogging and content creation just right at your desk. Super easy. If you're a streamer and you don't have sort of, the arms and the booms and all that, get one of these. It's a lot cheaper. It's super easy to set up. I have this one set up for my DJI Osmo Action 4. So action cameras, compact cameras like the one you're looking at, full size cameras, they can all work on here. This is a pretty sturdy set of legs. It's made out of carbon fiber. It's super simple in how it works, and it works 100% of the time. Now, the context of this wouldn't work if you're doing a portrait shoot. Obviously, this is useless. How are you going to take pictures of people from a foot off the ground? It's not useful in that context. But in the specific use case, it's the best there is. All right. And second up, the second type of tripod you should have in your lineup as a photographer, one of these guys, not necessarily this specifically. I said this, like buy this specific. No. Travel tripod, something that is not quite desktop size. It's a lot bigger than that, but is small enough to put in your backpack or to strap on your messenger bag and just kind of run and gun with. This is a lot more useful to set up a sturdy camera base for a full size camera. And this one has, video arm. As you can see, it's got this little video arm right here. This is so useful because, and honestly, for a lot of people, once you get to this size, you don't typically need to upgrade, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. What this allows you to do is to get a sturdy base for your camera, for your entire setup, and start recording. This is how it works. This is the one that I think if you start somewhere, start here. And depending on how you create, depends on which direction you should go. So if you start here. Start with a decent travel tripod. This one's about 54, 55 inches or something like that, full size. So it's perfect for portraits. It's perfect for general photography. It's perfect for content creation because you can get your camera in and it doesn't look weird. You're not shooting up your nose. You're not, a foot off the ground. This is super versatile, and I highly recommend you start here at the travel or compact tripod size. And the number 3 type of tripod you should have, the third type, is a full-size tripod. Go ahead and these are typically much more expensive. They're much larger. They're much heavier. And the full-size tripod, the benefit of this is it's the sturdiest base you can get. This is more of I'd say a production item. This is something you're going to use when you're like, hey, I've got to do 200 headshots today. Setting this up is going to last a lot longer. It's going to withstand bumps and, adjustments a lot easier than the compact tripod would. This is what you use for work. This is the work truck of tripods. And the kind of thing that unifies all of these is they have very limited functionality. So say you're like me and you're a content creator and you want to do a camera, a microphone, lights, all that in one device. There's not that much space on top of your camera. Your hot shoe can't support all that at once, typically. And you really shouldn't stack those things. They're not that strong. You're going to break something. So I've kind of gotten in the habit of using devices like this. As you can see, this little thing right here around the neck of the tripod. This is by Tilta. It is designed for gimbals, oddly enough. And I can't remember what the model number is. I don't think it's on there. It's not. But I'll put it in the description. This allows me to attach accessories and magic arms and microphones and lights all to the neck of my tripod. So my workhorse can now hold accessories also. And there's a couple different devices like this that I think are pretty critical to content creation. One of the other devices that I think that really, really helped me out was this. This is a little block, as you can see. It's from Tarion. I think it's called the H01, Tarion Pro. If you can find one of these, I'll leave a link in the description. They have been out of stock forever. I saw it one day randomly. I just kind of stumbled across it when I was on Amazon and I was like, that looks like a must buy. And it has been critical to how I use my tripod. I've been able to, it's got, like, as you can see, it's got hot shoes or cold shoes on both sides. It's got 1/4 inches around it. It's got a big 3/8 on the back. This thing is, it's the heart. It adds so much functionality to a tripod, being able to get your camera on there, being able to get a boom arm on there, being able to get lights, microphone, literally everything else you can think of, a recorder. You can, there you go. It can all sit on the same thing. Now, like I said, there's the tilted version I have on my large size. This goes on a different tripod that's upstairs that's not currently here. But there's also super small things that would make it convenient for travel tripods. This is just a small cheese plate from Neewer, and it's a 1/4 inch. And it's got locking pins, so it doesn't rotate. This adds the same kind of functionality. Now I can add 1/4 inches. I can add 3/8. You can put microphones. You can put lights. It is critical, in my opinion, to have something like this on your tripod in order to sort of boost the versatility, boost the functionality, because without it, you're kind of playing this game of like, can I just let my receiver hang there? If it just hangs out, is it okay? Is it going to be all right if it just kind of dangles by the cable? The answer is yes, until it's not, and you're not going to notice when it falls. But yeah, that was it. That was just my quick thought on some of the things that make using tripods easier. Those few accessories kind of add so much functionality to a basic, boring tripod. Anyway, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe.